All right, we're live. This is 304ish. I think we did doubles, but it's okay. 304. We got the Crow update. It's funny because we talked about the Crow last time, and then all of a sudden we get an update. I think people watch our show, naive about that. So I think so. I don't know. And then
of the few people that watch it, somebody was important enough to post the Crow pics.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Some more news, market report, all that good stuff. So let's get to the intro and we can get started. So.
The important people watch us while I drink cocktails.
I don't know, because it's weird. We talk about things, and all of a sudden I see it in like forums, and I see it in whatever, and I see updates, and it's just weird to me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe everybody talks about it. Let's see what we can go through first. Z, I got your two that you posted. So, Captain America: Brave New World. Tim Blake Nelson teases his return.
Yeah, that's the guy that was the leader in the Hulk movie. So,
but they've already confirmed that, though. That's the crazy thing. Like, what are we teasing? Because that was, I think, D23 or either San Diego of like 2019. Whenever they announced this movie was being made, the D23 of that year is when they announced that Harrison Ford and Tim Blake Nelson were coming back, and he was reprising his role as the leader.
Or maybe they're just reminding us because that's so long ago.
I just saw it when I typed in Tim Blake Nelson. I forgot he played in Dune too. Dune Part 2, or he was cut from Dune Part 2.
But yeah, I was like, he definitely wasn't in Dune Part 2 because I just got done watching that.
I need to watch that too.
That's so good.
Yeah, I was excited. 3 hours though, man. I was like, oof. Does it feel okay?
You don't feel it at all. You don't feel it, any of it.
So Captain America. Do you want to leave the Crow to the end? Because I feel like this is going to be a lengthy discussion, at least for you.
No, I don't care.
Okay. So original Crow star expresses controversial reaction to the new look. I'm gonna still say I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt. How about that? I know people are trashing on it because it looks like Joker-esque Crow and all this stuff. And
who Maximus said it, and it was freaking who is it?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
I'll put it up.
You gotta pull it up, then. That was pretty decent.
So our buddy Mr. Maximus, Ultra Maximus, he says, "I'm gonna tell my kids this is the new Crow."
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's funny. I know it's funny for me. I think I guess I don't know. I was the Crow fan. Obviously, I remember watching it back in the day. But God, I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt because hopefully it'll be better.
I mean, I'm not going to judge it off of the look he has because like everybody here is probably within the age range where like the electric tape and the leather, my intro to Gotham metal was the Crow. Yeah. And I bet you our parents were just like, what the hell? Like, if your parents were comic book readers or you had older comic book readers, they were probably looking at the Crow and many of the other works that were coming out at that time. And it was just like, what the hell are wrong with these kids?
We couldn't even. I don't think I watched. I don't know if I watched this one in the movie theaters for my grandpa, because my grandpa would let me go to all these stupid ass movies, and like rated R movies when we were like 12. But I think we rented this one on VHS back in the day. I think.
Yeah, definitely got on VHS, and I remember my mom actually was like excited to see it, and like was very heartbroken about the death of Brandon Lee at the time because she was she and my dad both were big Bruce Lee fans. So when his son passed away, she was really torn about it. So she wanted to see the movie to see his last work. So it's funny. My mom was never hung up on like rated R movies as long as there wasn't like gratuitous sex in there. She didn't give two shits. But yeah, I mean, I look at this and I'm like, is it my Crow? No, because that's what I grew up with, that rendition of it. But I mean, Ultra made the joke, but like most 20 to early 30-something year olds tattoos look like that. Like,
or Post Malone or anything like that. Like it's gonna be then those guys. I mean, I'm guaranteeing you. We had this discussion. What movie did this one girl at one of my at my work? She's never seen The Goonies, and she's like, I don't know, in my age range, I guess. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but she's never seen The Goonies. So it's just like
new tattoos look like stickers.
They do.
This is hard to me. I'm not even talking shit. I'm just saying it literally looks like it's like iron on shit.
Yeah, I mean, as a guy who is heavily tattooed and got tattooed during that like late night or early 2000s period of tattooing, like would I, go for this aesthetic? No, it's not for me. I have continuous sleeves and chest pieces and back pieces, huge, big pieces. I'm not one for the piecemeal tattooing, but that is the style of tattooing that all of my friends, like younger siblings have. It's all like these, like, patchwork tattoo, like, where it's like
cartoon-esque.
Yeah, I saw this random thing, and so it has meaning to me, or this random thing. Like, it's not like,
it's not hard lines anymore with big ass fucking pieces.
Well, yeah, it's not themes. It's like, this is what I like, and this is what I'm into, and this resonates with me, so this is what my tattoos look like. And go ahead, sorry.
But I say this is what I did today.
Yeah. I mean, and then the haircut and everything, again, it is the Post Malone. I think Machine Gun Kelly had the same hairdo for a time. It's that heavy buzz mullet look that, again, it's the aesthetic of younger people nowadays. So again,
well, and the thing too is like you got for movie theaters to make money, right? You got to bring young kids in. Like you're not gonna,
Yeah, I mean, and again, there's gonna be people in the comments, who are just like, oh, it's like it's just certain stuff that's like we're not the target demographic anymore, and it's
this isn't for us. We already have our movie.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like the whole idea of like the shifting window of the target demographic. Like somebody made the joke the other day about the Super Bowl and like the acts that were performing there. I was just like, I've officially become that target demographic for the halftime Super Bowl show. And like that was something that was definitely like your parents' bands back in the day. It's like, oh, they're rolling out like Guns N' Roses. They're rolling out Aerosmith, for one last hurrah. Like so again, the times have changed, and it's an ever shifting thing of we are no longer the primary dynamic anymore, or demographic that they want to focus on. And so now the 20-something-year-olds and the 15 to 25-year-olds are the demo that they want to get.
I don't know, Chris. My wife and every 30-year-old girl was shaking her ass to Usher this year. But.
I think 30s are probably about the youngest. I mean, because I'm 38, so I think 8 years younger than me would still be right there at the
cutoff.
Yeah, I mean, because Usher spanned he started making music when he was 16 years old.
I remember.
So I mean, he spans like a huge swatch of age range. So.
And he still has got some songs that are fairly recent and relevant, not like, it's not old from 20 years ago.
And for the record, I'm so pissed he didn't do You Make Me Wanna. That's like his first hit. Like when you play that.
I mean, that's what I called that one as one of the ones that he was definitely going to do. And I was definitely disappointed that it didn't happen. But I mean, I'm thinking about like, I was a junior, senior in high school when a couple of those quintessential albums started coming out. So again, if your partner is 8 years younger than me, so I mean, she would have been like right around anywhere from 10 to 11 years old. That's still in that primetime range to be listening to the radio, listening to TRL.
I gotta ask her who she saw Usher in concert with somebody. I can't even remember who it was.
And I think this Skarsgård himself. I mean, some of the stuff that he's done. I know this generation, or a little younger, really got into him playing Pennywise in It and stuff, and they kept going with that. So that's him being horror style, and he's always played weird stuff. I think that they really got into, so he's gonna resonate as that sort of actor for them. The same as I think the first thing I remember seeing him in was Hemlock Grove. Yes, that's the first one I really remember, and I was like, oh, it's Eric from True Blood's little brother. That's what he went. That's what, and he is, right. So
yeah.
Well, he's got a very distinct look. He's not your normal kind of Hollywood guy. He's definitely got a different kind of look.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the same can be said about the young lady who's playing his Shelley. and FKA Twigs. Like, she is this British singer songwriter. She gives me, like, not musically, but like her look and her aesthetic definitely reminds me of like a Bjork. And so she's just like, it makes sense for this day and age of two star-crossed lovers to look like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. It's just what the movie is. It's not our crow.
Yeah, it's a right. I hate to say it, but kind of a younger version of Romeo and Juliet, right? Like, theoretically.
Yeah, it is the TikTok era crow. It is the Snapchat era crow.
Yeah, and what was that? Claire Danes and Leo.
Yeah, that was Claire Danes and Leo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, think about it, and that was Jesus, dude. I was in high school. I don't even want to.
Yeah, I mean, and they were the heartthrobby duo of that time period. So
I know I saw it in the theater. I want to say twice. I remember seeing it when it came out, and then we had, I don't know if these exist anymore. They don't really live, but they had dollar theaters. So I don't know how often there's still that many. I know there's not. I doubt there's any dollar theaters anymore. But yeah. I remember being in there, and there's a lady with a little kid, let's say 5, I don't know, who's like just crying and terrified and on the ground, and his great mom just keeps yelling at him to get up and get in his chair, right? And I'm like, how about take your terrified child out of this movie? Because even though it's not necessarily gory, like stuff that dark, there wasn't like a lot of dark stuff, but too dark for a 5-year-old. So,
I gotta stop the podcast. There's a couple things here, just comment wise. So Dune 2, like Chris, we were talking about Dune 2. I haven't seen it yet, but people were saying like, thank God it didn't get released last year. Like Oppenheimer and Barbie and all that shit would have got absolutely crushed by Dune 2 when it comes to Oscar season.
Yeah, this is a weak year. Like, a lot of the podcasts I listen to have been pointing out that this is generally going to be a weak year for Oscar-nominated movies, and it's unless something phenomenal comes out, it's probably going to sweep on at least all the technical categories. Like, it may not necessarily win, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and stuff like that. Because I'm be real about it. Like, it was well acted, but there was not enough speaking parts for it to win one of those type of awards. And Denis Villeneuve, he's a guy, he's stated that he does not care about dialogue. He wants to show you what's happening in his film. He does not want to tell you through. He's not a Sorkin. And you don't win the Best Actor and Best Director and stuff like that. Well, I guess you can win Best Director by having a visually appealing movie, but it's going to be really hard for anybody to win those individual awards with not a dialogue heavy film. But generally speaking, it was hands down one of the best visually appealing movies that I've seen in probably the last 2 or 3 years.
I guess I'm going to have to get my butt to a theater for.
Yeah.
I may just have to pull a dad card because I don't think anybody wants to go besides me.
Yeah. I mean, don't you have younger daughters? I mean, like
Timothy
Chalamet's
they don't. Yeah. They don't. And they didn't watch the first one, and so it'd be like just trying to explain too much. I'm like, I'm maybe just gonna go.
Yeah, this is definitely one that might just be for you because honestly, you kind of need to. Even if you saw the first one, you kind of need to rewatch it right before because there's a lot of they're not wasting a whole lot of time telling you what happened in the previous.
Is it like largest screen?
I actually didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it maybe 4 months ago for some reason. Like it just wasn't interesting to me the first time, and I'm like, I'll catch it because the second one's coming.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I definitely biggest screen possible, best audio possible. Like it is visually and audibly just a killer experience. I mean, there's a whole segment where it's completely in black and white because that's the nature of there's a basically black sun on the Harkonnen planet, and so that whole sequence that involves the introduction of the nephew of the Harkonnen Baron, the Sting character that was from the first movie. His introduction takes place in an arena. It's his birthday, and it's a big arena fight scene, and it's all completely in black and white, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, the level of detail in there, it's a gorgeous film. So I can't recommend it enough.
Can you watch the first Dune on Hulu or Max or
I think it's
HBO
on
Max. Yeah, it's HBO Max.
Of course.
Because that was like one of the first movies that got released direct too.
Is it not on Netflix?
No. I think it's also on Netflix.
It used to be on Netflix. I know that.
Yeah, I want to say it's on both. Last time I checked.
Yeah, it was one of those first couple ones they made a big stink about.
Yes, right. It was all let's do this. If you got your computer leg, it's kind of ad heavy, but I'll put it in a private chat. Just go there and you can like watch anything on the planet.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've got a decent one. I was given access to.
Nice.
I'll pay him for next year because it's really good.
You guys are talking about speaking of things that just left. I started watching freaking Blue Mountain State because of
Let's go.
I knew it was a funny show, and Reacher had me kind of in the mood. And all of a sudden, I go to watch it yesterday, and I have to freaking switch to like Tubi or Fiber because it left Hulu or Netflix. I was like, God damn it!
So I was at the golf.
I see that they're trying to do a sequel series.
Yes,
which is interesting.
I thought
it's an interesting choice for him to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just grew up with that was his thing, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just who cares."
Yeah.
I went to the golf course, boys, and I got this comment a lot. People were really stopping me at the end of the time. Yo, mustache, man. Only cop. They're like, "Are you a cop, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll arrest you, dog. Shut up. I'm trying to play golf out here." The wife said, "Leave the mustache." I was shaving it all off. But, everybody that works
she likes the cop look, huh?
I know, I guess.
Dude, I'd feel naked. I actually have nightmares where I accidentally shave my beard and it won't grow back. Well, and I'm not even kidding. I wish I was making that up for the show, but I literally was even telling some people last week, and I was like, no. I wake up and I have nothing on my face. And
I think I did this Friday, and I'm already getting like the stubble back in from where we at Monday. Fucking brutal. It's funny. One of the girls at work, her I think it's boyfriend or fiance now. He's like, "Oh, I lost a bet," and he grew a stash. It was like a piece of dirt, looked like a piece of dirt on his. I was like, "No."
Oh yeah, no.
It feels in the older you get. I remember I first tried wearing this, and like in my 20s, it didn't even connect like right here.
No, it didn't do anything.
I still don't. My sideburns still don't. They won't. I just shave them to like a little lower.
The bad news is that mine's going gray faster than anything else.
Oh, it's all getting here. Yeah, that's bad. I look like Scotty Reagan. Getting all gray.
Kids, man.
I know. You don't tell me. Fuck, I know this. Moving on to Spawn gets a whole new comic line consisting of no fewer than 15 titles. Todd McFarlane is counting on readers not being able to get enough Spawn in his world.
That seems like a lot.
Seems like a whole lot.
I don't even think there were near that many Spider-Man titles at one point.
How well are Gunslinger and Scorch and all that selling? I see people buy them.
Yeah, I see them too, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm actually reading them.
Yeah,
there was
Spawn's
a
one of those
thing there. There was the Salmon Twitch and a couple others, but I'm like, I can't imagine that working. I feel like the whole reason Spawn sells so well is it's self-contained. You don't have to chase 1,000 other things.
Well, and because it's been people's goal because they like it, and there's people that use Spawn as not like the rest of comics aren't used like this, but they use Spawn for art collecting. They like McFarlane, they like the toys, they like he looks cool as hell. He always has. And there's people our age that that's their goal is to get all of them. And I know I have people. I've always bought Spawn because I've always been able to resell Spawn, and Image came out as a kid, and it was the coolest thing in the entire world. I sold my first however many Spawns that I bought in a row up to number 30 or something like that. When I kind of taken a break towards the end of high school or whatever it came to be. So they just so there's that. It's just a cool character, great covers. Some are a little weird. Some of those covers, but some of them are great. And other than there's a bunch that are hard to find, but regular covers aren't that hard. And sadly, good or bad, just like everything else, I guess. But some of the prices have come down on books that there'd only be 5/9/8 of like number 120. I'm throwing a random like around like 120 or like 130 or 140 something like. There'd only be a few 9.8s. Remember, we get like $1,200 sales on random ass.
Yeah.
Only cover, non-variant, that's how with us if a book is rare, because if one of us sees a random spawn like that come and sell that much in a 9.8, what are you trying to do? You try to 9.8 one as fast as possible, because you're like, that can't be that hard to find. But out of all the stuff that we've seen all the years, Spawn's been one of the titles that literally we have seen so many crazy bidding wars over a lot of other titles, but for modern books anyway. It's pretty much that one. And there's people, and I'll have people send me eBay, well, do you have these and that? Because I've always got Spawn stuff up there. So
I think Spawn was the first one, right, Leg? A lot of people were like, I guess Spider-Man, but besides the major ones, like Spawn was the first independent people were trying to collect, the whole run. Like I know John Brown was talking about it, like trying to collect Spawn forever. Like a lot of Spawn collectors
keep up with it. Yeah,
because a lot of them liked it and left when in that 100 range. They either got to high school, college, whatever they did, and they all kind of left, and then they all came back around 200.
And the first, and if you're gonna go back to that series, and you're okay, I'm gonna try to collect them more, and then the first 100 are pretty damn easy to get.
So this is interesting because Emmett says King Spawn and Scorch was great read until Lewis left the book, and then obviously Spawn collectors don't sell, which we know. I mean,
that's another good point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go mix a cocktail. I'll be back.
Look at you, getting saucy. I love it.
Get busy.
While he leaves, we'll kind of bring in this. He won't have much to say about this stuff, but it's okay. Do you want me to share that photograph, Chris? Is that okay or no?
Oh no, that wasn't my photograph. That was
okay, make sure.
I believe it was a leak from somewhere else. I'm not 100% sure if it's legit or not, but I think it is. So.
Okay, we'll say everything in though. Wendell Pierce cast as Perry White and James Gunn's Superman. I love Bunk forever. I like him in Jack Ryan and all the stuff he does. So I'm excited.
He's basically been playing the same character now for like 20 years, but
I'm
not against that character.
Thank you. Good. I know I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. And then rolling on to the next point, James Gunn announced on Instagram, I think it was Instagram or on Twitter, probably both, principal photography on Superman today, February 29th, which is last week, which happens to be coincidentally Superman's birthday. So this is good.
Well, and also the movie's title is now officially just Superman. He dropped the legacy part, so.
And then a set leak from Superman coming up. Again, we don't know if this is true or not, or that's what it's supposed to be, but this is what it looks like, kind of.
Yeah. So I mean, if this is what it ultimately ends up looking like, then I'm okay with that. Like it's definitely harkens back to Lois and Clark era, like Christopher Reeves, like with the briefs and the gold buckle on the belt. I would hope that the cape would be a little bit longer, but we'll see what plays out. So.
Okay, so are we do we have feelings? Are we voting? Are those butt huggers or boxer briefs? They look like they got a little length past the.
Yeah, they definitely look like they got a little more length to them.
A little bit more.
Yeah, not much. they're like swim shorts from like 1980s Miami. Like, not Speedos quite, but, it's got a little longer.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's funny because, like, there's a comment in there that somebody just said, I hate that the new Soup's costume is muted colors again. I wouldn't call this muted in comparison to what the Snyderverse was.
Yeah, are you saying, like, because it's not as rich as the old dark blues and dark reds, I guess?
I mean, maybe, but, I mean, like, Snyderverse was definitely, in my opinion, muted. Like, it's like you basically took this and put a sepia tone filter over it. Like everything was like they mixed black into it, just like a black or gray into it, just to darken it up a little bit on those other ones. And this one feels like the yellow feels bright, the reds feel bright.
Didn't they just say that was fake?
We were asking, we didn't know. We just kind of put it up there.
I saw something that James Gunn was saying that was a.
Oh, I mean, if it's a fake, then yeah,
we'll talk about it. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
he posted.
I'll just say I'm not sure I'd be
I thought so.
sold on it yet, but yeah.
I mean, because I mean, it was like one day in, so I mean, I doubt they would have him in the suit one day into principal photography, but who knows? I mean, but looking at the colors though that were in the logo that was shown in Gunn's posting, I don't know. I feel like I like the look of those colors. I like that some people were complaining about the symbol a little bit, and like oh, it's hard to see the entire S in it. And I was like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very Alex Ross.
Yeah, we were saying where you left Lois and Clark, Dean Cain, Christopher Reeve style.
Yeah.
If it's real. So
if it's real.
Well, that S though makes me think of like Kingdom Come and.
Yeah, true. That is like
Because
very.
What? Who?
Look at this guy. He just shows up out of nowhere.
He played. Didn't they do the Flash had Roth do that kind of costume for one of their crossovers?
Yeah. So when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, Roth had on the Kingdom Come with the black logo.
Yeah.
So.
Paul, what's up, brother?
Hey, just able to drop in tonight. Thought I'd check what you guys are up to rather than read a book and go to bed.
I you know what I've been reading is Dave Grohl's Storyteller book. It's like from 2021. It's not bad. It's decent. What was I gonna tell you? Oh, I didn't buy that comic chest. Aaron Yee talked me out of it.
The book or the box itself looked nice. The chest.
Okay. I want again. I guess I can bring it up for everybody. So this has got to be funny because this is. I felt like I posted in our chat. I thought this was a more Paul's problem than anything, but it's okay.
You would have to negotiate for Paul to pick it up.
Yeah. Right.
So this guy or person or something posted this. And, oh yeah, it's brutal. I mean, if it loads. Come on. Don't let me down. Oh, they made a video of it. Oh, okay. Okay, so this gets a little better. It looks like a bunch of garbage. So, Black Wolf, I need that book. Okay. So, anyways, the real listing was this. So, it was like a box or like a chest, and a chest comes with it. For $400, you get like 600 comics in this chest. I'm like, it's not terrible.
I mean, dollar bin fodder for the con and a cool chest. You could have, you know what, man? You could have raffled the chest off at the con.
Yeah, I guess
you
I
could have put books in it like the spice rack.
I could have.
There you go.
I could have just, it's funny. I could have just raffled off the whole thing with the comic books inside and put not look through for like $100 and probably made some money. But he said this is like a newsstand, some kind of newsstand that's fucking modern.
There's probably a few bucks in there, but not enough.
Yeah, I mean, X-Men's cool, but it's Gen 13 or Gen 7. I don't know. Just shit.
It would have been a gamble.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There's things I come across. And the other thing I came across.
But the chest does look nice.
It does. And then. Speaking of the spice rack, we talked about this one. This is what I looked through, and this is my fucking life now. I look through shit like this. Somebody was selling a comic book display like this.
Yeah, that's just asking for people to fuck up your shit.
Hey man.
And yeah, like it's only every other. Yeah, if you're somewhere small and that just sits behind you, like tiny. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where nobody touch, but there's but that it's got to be like every other shelf. Maybe the raws you can cram in there, as you can see, it's still going to cover half, but a slab would be every other shelf. Can you get those books with it?
Yeah, he said that's funny. He says comics not included. God damn it.
Okay, well, how much for the fucking comics?
I know, right?
Right. I'll take the rack too if you really wanted it out of your system, but those particular books specifically, and I don't know what little card it is, but I would like those $5,000 worth of books that are sitting on the shelf right there.
Yeah, I'll email the guy like, listen, you know who I am? I'm joking.
Listen, bro, CEO here.
I got the mustache.
Cough up the books, all right?
Yeah, right.
I had a stash.
Funny. Let's see if I want to see real quick before we go into this. He does not have any. He has like he's just looking like a guy who sells like vintage stuff, Coca-Cola machines. So that dude's got. He knows what he's looking for. He probably knows what the price is. I'm sorry. Before we get into the market report, I have a side market report. So market report. I do want to announce that this sold. This ASM 667 Dorado 9.4, $8,650.
Get on them.
Where are we at on that in a 9.4? I mean, I doubt you're going to get another 40 grand anytime soon for a 98.
Yeah. Would you press it? What would you do, like?
I mean, I'd have to check it out. If it's overgraded, then no. I haven't seen the guy. At least I do appreciate when people do this on books like that he took enough corner pictures and things like that. So maybe you'd be able to tell a little bit more online. I mean, that's not a cheap gamble, And every result, just send it back again. I hate sending stuff back too many times because it's for the damage or for something that expensive.
Okay, so
10,000, 7,500, and 9,000 in 2023 were the sales.
And wait, for 9.4 were how much? 10 and
between 10 and 7,500, and there was a 9,000 as well.
Oh, okay, so it's about right then.
And then I got
the highest in 2019 was 13K.
Dino, can you pull up the grader notes?
I'm on top of it, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Dude.
It actually has grader notes. I'm surprised.
Wow.
Multiple scuff front cover.
Nope.
Varying line spine. Yeah. Very wear top spine breaks color.
Yeah, the 9.4 is probably a gimme with scuffs on the cover. I'm surprised that wasn't like 9.2, 9.0 range.
So let's
you say scuff. I will show you what does not fix.
He didn't really take a lot of the front. He just took one front picture.
It's hard to see the front though.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah, if that's a scuff on the right side though, see right there where right there.
It looks like it's a web maybe.
I mean that's the one where I'd pull up like every picture I could find.
Yeah,
because I know the background's not pure. It's not pure white.
It's like the damn third claw.
Yeah, right. No, that color break in the bottom right on the back.
Right there.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Yeah. Nope. I'd be happy with a 9.4. I wouldn't open that thing.
Yeah. So, just things to think about. So.
And have I gotten worse? 9.8s? Way worse. But they were not on a $10,000 comic.
Yeah.
Right.
You could be like Nico. He gambled on that. What book was his? The
Ultimate Fall
variant. Yeah, that variant, and he got smacked on it.
Yep, he went 8.5. Right, went down from 8. He said in with his. He had a Punisher. It was like a 9.0 or 9.2, and got smacked on that. It was like a 8 something.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Just gambles. It's a gamble for a reason, boys. Right? Yeah. If we all got it, we all do it. So. Okay, Mr. Z. Leave it to you.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, that's that would definitely be a tough call. You got to pray, and there's nothing you can do. It's not like you took it up to CGC to show and they told you, they're still just gonna grade it.
Yeah,
they're handing it off to a grader.
Even with like the Baltimore, going to Baltimore or a show that does weekend grading, it's still.
Yeah.
And they're usually harsher.
That depends.
Yeah.
They do it fast. Some stuff slides through, some stuff doesn't.
True.
But yeah, no, you just go get it signed.
Yeah, right. Oh, did you hear about that? Somebody I saw in a thing that
I've seen people do it.
Steranko, fucking Steranko. He had somebody sign or one of his comics, right? Or he had a guy come up like, "Hey, can you sign my comic?" Well, he's like looking at the book and he's like, "Hey, can you sign over here because it's because there's like color break or some shit?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry." He just scribbled on it to "Oh, I fixed it," and he's like, "Oh, damn it!" And then he signed his name, and he's like, I don't care, but I do. He's like, that's a qualify because fucking, that's funny.
this book feels like somebody got a steal of the week. I mean, a 6.0 is getting into pretty high air of a book like this.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And for 2,800.
I never wanted to buy this book because Forgotten Five back in the day. We
I-
shelled out the money in the beginning and never got this book on eBay. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like at one point this book was on fire. So I don't know. It feels like a classic book that was definitely undervalued at a 6.0.
Well, let's see what the market says it was. So 6.0. Yeah, they got a steal.
Yeah, right? I mean, you shouldn't be able to buy like a 3.0 at that price.
6.0. Let's see.
Yeah, that is a record low for a 6.0.
The high was like 4,500 a couple years ago, or 23 at least. 4,500. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened. Somebody is very happy for a 6.0 freaking Silver Age key.
And it's not even like they did a bad listing, and it's not like a zero rater or seller, and it's
just a bad day or something.
Does that hyphen on Supergirl hurt?
Maybe
if it's attached.
I don't
attach hyphens or exclamation points to.
He even threw the fire emoji in there, man. Fuck.
He sacrificed the space for the fire emoji.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? He probably didn't freaking pay the damn ad rate thing, and he got hosed.
Dude, I don't know if it was true or not, but sure, I probably 8 out of 10 in my sales at least, or they've got it marked as come from a promoted listing. I do minimum. I do 2% on all of them. They're always at the top. It's comics. It used to be 1%, dickheads.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's just a bitch. I'm like, you're already charging me a fee. Why am I paying you more?
Yeah, then how much daily rate do you want to pay to advertise this book? I'm like $0 fucking dollars.
Yeah, I mean, they're fuckers.
Can we bring this down? Just I want to see what this other guy has. Just because I like to.
I just want to. I mean, I want to punch eBay right now.
Well, that's okay, but just okay. So he's not selling much, but
no.
He's got some bids going. He's from Canada. That's what maybe that scared people away.
Canada. That'll mess up a little bit.
Oh, he sold some stuff. Okay. So, interesting. That used to be a hot book.
I mean, again, I'm not buying books, but I might have considered buying that one.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
To put in perspective, a 3.5 sold for $29.70 just this month. Like, yes, I mean you double the grade points for damn near for the same money.
And you got to a real grade, like a 6.0 at a book like that's a real grade.
See, there we go. Look at my man. He's paying attention to us. He pays 3 to 11% depending on the item. He had a 2.5 raw a couple months ago and got 3.25.
Yeah, the 2% extra store top rated. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I did sell some shoes and didn't realize the fees were low. That helps. Yeah, and the eBay does you got to do the eBay shipping for authentication. Mm-hmm. So basically, eBay charges. So you pair if you sell shoes they're supposedly new, mm-hmm. They do it's like $14.95, but eBay doesn't. They charge the buyer and they don't charge you, nor do they. Surprisingly, they still don't take their cut of their own shipping from you.
Yeah, right.
Because that sounds like you know what I mean? I don't know how they take a cut of the sales tax.
Taxation without representation.
That's thing, dude. They cut of the sales tax and and I guess the shipping used to be a workaround, Yeah. So I don't know if they would just bang on that because people used to go, $1 with $99 shipping on things because they wouldn't hit on the 90 and they got hip to that. But that was a long time ago.
Did you when you sold your shoes, did you buy like a clear case for it and ship it like boxes and everything too? Like legit?
Dude, I have new Nikes and stuff that I've gotten. I don't even take it out of the box. They ship to my house in. Oh, okay. I use stock photos. They're brand new and hopefully they're in there. Okay. I don't even open the damn box, dude. I just put a new label on it and send it out the door.
I told you my son's getting into the sneakers and he had bought something. I can't remember if it's Goat or StockX, and they did the verification and they were fakes.
eBay way better on fees than StockX.
Is it really? All right, I'll have him look.
Where did he get the fakes from? The show?
No, he didn't sell the fakes. He had bought them from somebody, and they got verified, in their process like that, and then the StockX or whoever kicked them back. I don't think it was StockX. I think he uses the other one, whatever it is. But I don't know.
No.
That's another rabbit hole. It's like VHS fucking thing. He's got
He won
everything.
Some Yeezys the other day, so we'll see how those do.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, all right. This one was for Sean.
Nice.
Not a high grade, but not a beat copy. A decent looking copy for $200 feels like a score for somebody collecting werewolf covers. So,
Yeah, I think that's a good deal.
yeah, I would agree. It's a nice looking copy, good colors. Again, there's enough damage that it's probably like in the VG-ish range, but
Me and Carter brought this up because of times past. Whatever we saw that in Carter's thing, and I was gonna send this to you, but I was like,
I think I've still got 2 left. I think I got like a 1.8 of that on eBay for a good amount, but it's really pretty, but the cover's detached.
yeah.
But it looks great in the slab. It's nicer than, the cover is just flat, gorgeous. So
Yeah, there's good colors on this one. On all of, the
yeah,
book itself has good colors. The reds, the greens. There's a lot going on with it. So, this one surprised me that it's still going like a SOB. I don't think it's off pace at all.
Hard Night.
Yeah, hard black cover. That stuff scrapes, scratches. So, good job on Aliens, man. I just don't think you're finding a lot of them. So, it sells well, and I didn't do price research on that one, but I think that one would be not far off its peaks.
It's definitely down,
but not like the rest of it.
No. There was a point. Hell, last year somebody managed to get $7,500 for one.
No shit.
Yeah, looks like. Well, here, hold on.
Man, I am off. I thought maybe 3.
yeah, that's what I thought too. 2750.
Yeah, so it was Heritage though. So
Yeah, well, that's always questionable.
well, shit, dude. Like they managed to get $7,500 for theirs, and all surrounding sales were either 28, 27, 46, 51. I'm like, why did y'all get
things that make you go,
Yeah, even in the heights of COVID, that book was never a $7,000 book. So
does Heritage ever give like credits out to people? You know what I'm saying? Like credits or something?
No.
So I'm like, people had like good credit over there and was like, yo, man, how did you spend this money for like?
The only time you get a line of credit is if you have books pending for sale, to my knowledge.
I didn't know if you had like a sale go bad or something and you just credit, I know they usually give money back, but I wonder if
I don't know. I don't question things there. They're wonky. ASM 300 back to frickin'. We are closing in on pre-pandemic pricing on this book. Was it about a $2,000 book forever?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, non-newsstand 9.8. Yeah, it was about a $2,000 book.
Yeah, I remember like 2018, 19, 17, 16. Like for 5 years, it was $2,000. It was like $100 bill. It was always $2,000. It was flat.
Same thing with Star Wars 1. That's still like a $4,000 book right now.
Yeah,
9.8.
So this one is quickly coming back down. So I suppose if you're a Spider-Man fan, you may be able to finally get one at a price point that's not crazy. Honestly, I can't see it going much lower than this because just the world appreciated enough in the amount of time that it's been a $2,000 book. It was a $2,000 book. It felt like a $2,000 book when I got back in over a decade ago. So $3,000 feels like a very reasonable price point for this book.
I wonder if Scotty ever kept his double cover 9.8.
Oh, I hope he did. Well,
was that 361 or this? Or
I thought it was 300. I thought
he definitely had a 361 double cover.
Maybe
if he sold it, I hope he sold it to the goddamn peak.
Yeah, I know he.
So this is definitely a book that definitely went nuts during 2021. But even before that, thanks to the film coming out, the lead up to the film, because there was almost like a 3-year lead up, 4-year lead up.
Yeah.
So this book started to climb in 2017. So it was It hit 3,500 in 2018. It was a $6,000 book in almost a $6,000 book in 2020. It was a $9,000 book in 2021. So I think more with this book was the film, being brought to live action was what really kind of got that book jumping.
Yeah, I think this is, if it goes any lower, I'll be very surprised, I think. Significantly. I think I bought a 9.8. George hooked me up with somebody, and I bought it for $5. And then a little while later, I got nervous and sold it for $6,500. Then I think it peaked real fast and dropped real fast.
Yeah.
McFarlane 9.8. These are definitely down a bit from where they were, but these sell real well, especially these Grey Hulk kind of covers in that run. Dave Stevens' book. Sorry, I cut the top off. Didn't mean to do that. Bad Planet. I've never really seen this one.
Me and Carter were texting. We on Tuesdays we do Dave Stevens highlights. Man, it's just like Dave Stevens and all these guys are just getting their like it's out of control right now.
I didn't even know he did Image Comics.
I didn't know this one, and there's a bunch came to light on eBay, so the price went way up. So right after this sale, Doc Joe found one on eBay for $30, like literally last week. So he's pretty happy, as would anybody be about that. Nice, But it's just because there are people. I don't know. Maybe people trying to complete it or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I'm happy he's getting the love because.
Are they making a movie? Why is Thomas Jane?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
I don't know. Have you guys seen this one? This is here. See this one? Me and Carter were talking about this one.
Huh.
This is a Dave Stevens Glamorous International 7 French cover he did.
That makes sense. That looks like his.
Yeah. We've never seen that.
No. I'm looking. I just plugged in Thomas Jane to YouTube. Somehow it's not the actor Thomas Jane.
No.
It's the writer, artist.
Okay. Thanks.
There you go.
Paul contributing.
Yeah.
I always like to see this one. It's one of those odd little things. I don't know why I have not picked one up. It's a reasonable price. It's never gonna take over the world, but it's one of those. Oh, Dennis Chandler saying, "Isn't that the last published work?" Don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. Oh, it is. Like Three Rivers said, Bad Planet is Steven's last cover.
Thanks, Three Rivers.
So somebody must have. I mean, our guys are obviously comic guys, but I would imagine that considering the recent price increase, I like to think that got somehow announced or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you see all of a sudden everybody starts to go because somebody's probably just doing a deeper dive on Stevens.
Well, it's like Brian, right? Doing creator first. I'm sure people are starting to do creators last, right?
Yeah. Somebody talked about it. This is one it kind of caught my eye because of our buddy and his Halloween covers, and then it realized it's just super creepy. And then I saw it's $400 and still really don't know what it is, but I thought it was cool.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. This feels like something Carter could dig up.
He said he's been slacking lately, right?
Yeah, he's been slacking.
I've watched the show. He's like, nah, I've been slacking.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of work. I think that the issue is like you went out there for so much and it felt like everything was gone. And now probably everything's still overpriced. You kind of got to wait for it to churn.
Well, he's saying he's going back to there's like a couple of cons this weekend that I think he just gets to I don't, like you said, I don't know if depressed is the right word, but just like you said, just overwhelmed with
if there isn't anything good, people want too much, and if they're these bins were picked over and picked over and picked over
because he already found it all.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait for collections to filter in, and it's I stopped going out for probably 2 years because there just was never anything.
That book's not even on MCS.
Yeah, California's empty, man. It's been empty.
So, Darth Vader
Oh, that's why it is. It's on MCS. It's 52 pages. That Chillville book, and that seems pretty thick.
Is it just called Chillville?
Yeah, just Chillville, not Welcome.
Okay. Darth Vader 1 variant, just a check-in. High price.
I love this book.
I don't understand why so many people are putting so much money in it.
They're banking on Afro because Star Wars is kind of bankrupt idea-wise right now.
I get it. I'm like, we've put a lot of money in a lot of people, and I'm just not sure it makes sense.
Look, I didn't know this, so I could bring this back around. Dave Stevens did the storyboards for Thriller.
Huh.
He did that. Wow.
Didn't know that.
We are getting so much knowledge from
yeah
crowd today.
They should be running this today.
I don't fuck, dude. I'll give it to them.
The high on this book was 2,500, so we're now sitting at 1,000. It's one of those books I just don't get, and I probably never will. So I'll just move on.
I just like the imagery of it. I'm not saying like I'm the beast.
Yeah.
How many? I wonder what the census is on that thing. Like, because or on the variant, because it's not like
it's not low.
It wasn't overlooked. So you think a lot of 1 in 25s came to light.
I want to swear it's 400 copies at 9.8, but I could be wrong. I
That's
looked at it and didn't write it down.
That's not outrageous for Star Wars, And some things with their highs, like Ahsoka makes tons of sense to me. Dr. Aphra just doesn't. It's speculation. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it keeps selling our comics, so
Ahsoka's got like 10 years or 15 years of backstory and kind of grown up and in the Star Wars community.
Yeah, Clone Wars and shit, dude. Yeah,
479.
Okay, see, I was close. I saw it. I just didn't write it down.
I got you.
I mean, Doc Aphra's got her following. I mean, people seem to like her in the comics more than many of the other newer characters. So,
yeah. Just checking in on this one since I saw one sell. 2175. High on this book was 5K, and then 9.8 record was 13K. The most recent sale was 5K.
For me, if I see this book at a con, I'm like, man, it's a cool book. I'd like to have it. But then I see it on eBay and I sound like, I don't want this fucking book. It's weird. It's weird.
I had so many copies of this book, and I made decent money. But if I would have held 1 year longer, I would have made 5 times the money.
Oof.
Like I had 3 9.8s and a couple 9.6s, and just sold pre-pandemic. Who knew?
Yeah, and I mean, it's a pretty decent first appearance because it's not like Edge of Spider-Verse 2 was over.
No, it is
way over purchased. I mean, I think all of us kept finding them on the friggin' racks.
Yep.
Not that one, not the variant, obviously. I remember people throwing a fit when like Simon or somebody razzed a copy of this for $60.
Oh yeah.
They're like, well, that's not worth $60. And you're like, and at the same time, I was like, well, I don't know. I wouldn't have bought it for $60.
Yeah, my cousin had one and sold it for $60 and he thought it was a king. He's like, Jesus, I fucking made money.
I bought my first one for $20 and traded it for 3 presses with Trey.
There you go.
That's what you got.
Yeah, I never found that one. And you'd always find the OSP2s, and then the later prints people kept leaving those on the shelves. I think the second print of it was the lowest print of all of them, besides the comic bug, but it's listed as a 6th printing. So
that was the first CBSI CGC book, remember, or CBCS book because it was CBCS. Remember?
Yeah, the fourth print with the design variant. Yeah,
Grading Club.
Yeah. 8.0 of the Hawkman was a Tana. Down a bit as it was higher. Wasn't super high though. Trust me, I've bought and sold a lot of these.
That's a beautiful cover, man.
Buy some covers and then start reporting that she's inside one of those windows.
hand drawn in there. Oh, she's right there. You see her?
Yeah.
No, it's magic. She disappears.
Yeah. She's underneath him. Saw one of these. Down a bit. Still sells strong.
That would be down.
Well, from the highs.
I love it when regular covers are $1,000 9/8s and not newsstands.
Where's the other one? I
just figured everything Wolverine is up right now.
Where's this at?
Wolverine doesn't drop that much, but I mean, I do agree.
What are you looking for?
I don't remember. I thought I had the stupid Deadpool one, but I don't know if it's in here.
It's in.
Yeah, I saw it.
155.
Yeah,
I missed.
Don't care. I had clicked the Deadpool one with this, which kind of homage to this. There was a sale for a 98 of that. I'm like, that feels like not the worst play if you were going to get like kind of a set.
Look at that right there. It's just for you.
Put those two together for the movie.
Yeah.
So 9/6 of the ever tough to find Incredible Hulk 377, $800. People love their rare variants. This is one that I made a lot of money on this particular, not this book, but these books. I know I sold into not the high, but I was selling it pretty high. So this one went for $1,000. The high on the 9/6 is $2K. There was a 9/8 sale for $8K, but more recently it's closer to $3K. I could not get the census to pull up. When I looked at it, it said there was 198, but that's not right. So I must have been. It must be a glitch, or I was finding it wrong, or whatever. But this one had its day and still seems to be doing pretty well. Because you used to be able to find these for $50 a pop. NYX3, its high in 2020 was $2,200, so we're about half. But again, this feels like about pre-pandemic prices too, or pre-movie hype.
I sold my 98 to Howard Kleiman back in the day, raw, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna get a 98. Of course, he fucking got a 98.
Oh, every time you don't think someone's gonna get 98, they get a lucky one.
I mean, I bought it for like $200 or whatever, and sold it for $4 or $5 and whatever.
And this honestly, this wasn't back in the day. Not that hard to find.
No,
presses fairly easily, and there's this is. I haven't seen one just hanging around raw in person in a while. So this is definitely one of my bigger flips.
Yeah, I got mine. For cheap.
Had at least 15 of these things.
This guy, he was at a Comic-Con. He had up north in Michigan where there's no electricity and like no other shit. He had like satellite, and he's like, I don't know. I bought him for like cover price back in the day. He's like, how about $100 for like? He was just selling shit for like rare variants and rare first appearances for like $20-$30. Like, so maybe it was 98 for like $20, probably 98.
Jesus,
fucking insane.
I can't tell if the sale was low or high because I think my brother got a 9/8 pretty recently at a pretty cheap price. Like, so, I want to say high fours.
So eBay selling or eBay listing, it's like 600, 400. So roughly. So yeah, they got a pretty good deal on this one. Yeah. If it is a near mint, like I said, I think Ozzy got a 9/8 pretty cheap recently because he had upgraded. So, but still one of the top Matina covers that just is, just a badass.
Yep, absolutely badass.
I feel like I showed another one of these. I don't know if it was this actual issue or not. Maybe it is. I just wasn't aware of these magazine-sized books, but I think their covers are cool. They're almost the art is like pulps, but it's a magazine. So kind of cool.
A little probably easier to press and grade too.
Probably true.
Yeah.
I gotta look through my pulps. I don't know if I have anything worth a shit to grade. I picked up a few here and there.
All my Gaines files are just mad.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, I got some cool covers in 190 because only I just wanted to have a 9/8 in a Gaines file copy, so I've got them at. Somebody listed a bunch on MCS Cheap one day. They're disappearing in like 1 minute each, and it
You
was
just
awesome.
snagged one.
Yeah, I snagged. Yeah, that's the only one I could. So I would have got more, but I was happy to get it. I got a 9.4 also, but it's really it's a thick mad, and it's like a, I don't want to say like an annual, but like one of those end of the year kind of things that they would do.
Yeah.
So it reprints some of the early stuff. So I think it has the part of the cover is like mad number, I think number 7. So a famous cover of the guy walking down the street. And,
Okay, yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit's going down.
It's a 7 or 4. 4 is the girl.
7. I think it's.
Yeah.
I want to say it's 7. I couldn't be hard to find.
All right. One of the more classic images and books in the run.
I wanted this book so bad. Me and Tony used to talk about it. We saw it at Charlotte, I think. And I was like, Tony, we need to buy this book. It was like $350 for like a 7 or like a high grade back in the day. We're like, oh, we'll come back, and it was gone.
Oh yeah, it was
Gone.
You must have added this one, but I didn't.
I did. That was me. I thought a little surprising. Sopranos booth from the final episode sold for $82,600, right? Local pickup only, which I get, but still.
Was that from like a restaurant sold it?
Yeah, the restaurant is actually remodeling the one that they actually filmed it in. So a lot of people have eaten there since. I'd want that booth. They made clear it doesn't come with the jukebox, but I don't. But for all I know, that jukebox wasn't. Wasn't actually in the restaurant.
Yeah.
At the time, So that's, and if you don't need to, but that's the whole. It's the Sopranos table. Obviously, they have a little plaque, so you get the seats. The seats, they're going to cut the wall out for you, and the little plaque and the tabletop. And there you go.
That's a little wild. I don't know. I would rather have the Cheers bar that sold recently.
The Cheers bar sold?
Yeah.
The whole damn thing?
Yeah. Not the building. The set piece.
Okay.
Like the bar was a set piece.
I'd rather have that too, but I don't know. That would be my whole living room.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen people assholes sit down and watch TV.
I've seen a bunch of people's man caves out of control. Like I can see this guy having a Sopranos man cave, just fucking insane with stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody else is saying it's probably a studio that's going to buy it and put it in their lobby or something.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
Price.
Yeah,
but who knows? Bitcoin went way up, so maybe somebody cashed in.
Bitcoin is up. Good day. Strangers in Paradise. I know Leg has found a good copy of this one recently. Not recently, but semi-recently.
That was a year ago, but yeah. I did. Surprisingly.
Book continues to sell well. It's now hitting 30 years, so it's at its peak. So It was a little later than some of the other books that had kind of peaked the last few years. So classic cover. Gotta love this one. Again, decent appearing copy at a low grade.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's some wear
just to have a piece of like American history,
Yeah, I mean you could see some damage, but it's like the good stuff's there.
Yeah, I would take this over the Supergirl cover. I like this one better.
Well, that's fair. But like I said, the two different things.
Right.
X-Men 1, just checking in on price. Still doing okay, but again, everything's down.
Yeah, true.
I want to see what 97 does for like giant size X-Men 1 when it comes out.
Yeah, true. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Let's see what we got. I don't have pickups. Anybody else have any type of pickups?
I got a couple.
My man.
Somebody's buying something. I am just
finally made my way out. So my local LCS was doing their quarter bin blowout, and I, of course, went there for the wall books.
Pays that quarter bin blowout, Stuart, as we jump up on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they normally will do they'll do a discount on wall books as well while they're doing the quarter bin blowout. So it's a good opportunity to pick up this guy.
Oh yeah, someone does well.
Yeah,
wow.
Not a 9.8, but probably 9.4, 9.6 range.
Nice.
Little first Squirrel Girl action. This one is a 9.8. Like this one, I mean, this book has never been opened. Like it's
Nice.
truly just. I mean, I could probably sub it right now with doing nothing to it. It'll probably make a 9.8. Let's see. We got a little Alias action for Jessica Jones. Again, I'm not passing up any X-Men keys I come across. So we got a newsstand for Jubilee.
That's good buy.
Good timing with. I got to think the X-Men 97 might help there.
Oh yeah, so that was kind of the logic there. It's like X-Men 97. Sinister is going to be the primary focus of the first season of X-Men 97. So Sinister action.
I went to Target. They already had the toys out for 97.
Nice.
Any good ones?
They had a big Wolverine, like I don't know, what do you call it, like a 6-inch, like a G.I. Joe Wolverine 6-incher maybe.
Okay.
And then they had like the little minifigs of all the characters. I mean, nothing crazy yet.
Yeah. Little Stormwatch 4.
Okay.
Again, trying to still have connection to TV and movie hype. Well, Inhumans action.
Oh yeah.
And last but not least, First Bishop.
Nice.
So that's it for my stack.
I don't have anything today, but I did lie. I actually did buy 2 things in the last week. So maybe next week, maybe the week after, I'll have some stuff.
All looks like an hotel room, so you don't have much, right, Paul?
Yeah, no, I'm just doing the work gig. I have a bunch of boxes I haven't opened, a bunch of raffles I won, and whatever else. So if I can ever get to opening that, maybe I'll showcase it here.
You in Indiana tonight, Paul?
No, I went back to my previous job. I'm in New York right now.
Oh, you're back to the other job, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I like it. Leg, anything? Nothing?
Yeah, I got some slabs.
My man, look at you.
Ugh.
He hadn't been here a few weeks. He's got to have something.
I figure I just, I always gotta ask people.
I'll show some grading. So I got this 1 in 25 Dave Stevens Rocketeer Adventures 1.
I like it.
This back from CGC. I think there's 10, 12, 9/8 of this. 1 in 25, 2011. Bought it off MCS for like $6.
You keeping it? Are you selling all this stuff, or are you keeping it? Selling or keeping it?
Most of the stuff's going for sale. So yeah. But a lot of these I just had a long time. So this came back 9. I knew it wasn't gonna be 9.8 or anything, but being a newsstand,
Yeah, you got to take
figured,
it.
so it's worth grading. Cleans up nice, but nice book. Some good JSC stuff.
I still have that.
One.
Is that worth something still?
I don't think that this isn't the
Is that the foil? We got the foils, right?
no, it's like there's a ratio. I think that doesn't have the price or something on it, but I think this one's $100.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's 9/8.
It's worth more 9.8 than it was not 9.8.
Yeah. Let me see. I got this was an cheap eBay win, but signed by Art Term.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, not as much as the variant. And then another cheap. There's supposedly 300 of these. So it's a Mayhew sign ASM 300.
I forgot about that character.
From Comic Mint, So that I bought these at WonderCon many years ago. So here's a set of.
Oh man, I remember that cover.
Yeah, these are actually beautiful. This I like both, but the black and white just really sticks out to me. So I graded all these myself except for the 2 SS books and this one. This got a really good deal for the remastered Steve Ditko sketch.
Okay.
For number 800. So I think I only paid 2, but it sells for a whole lot more than that generally. Had this a long time in the closet only because it's newsstand. I bought it.
Nice.
So TMNT Adventures number 71 or yet number 71. So yeah,
Scotty Young version.
I wish, but yeah, kind of. This was actually a Baltimore book we got a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think I had that in 9.8 too.
I had it, and I was just like, you know what? It's perfect. Let me go ahead and grade that. Turtle stuff. This is rare. We got Cap Living Legend 2, 1 in 50 or something. Brereton. I mean, the last copy I sold 300 raw. Unfortunately, this is already earmarked for a business cat.
Seen Business Cat in a while.
Yeah, I did. Talked to him today. So I sent this one back
Ooh.
because I got screwed.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and fixed it.
Nice.
And so I got 2 now. Out of 500. Old school Bombshells variant.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's a good one. It's kind of underrated in that group.
Second print here, the Casada Venom 1.
I remember I had both of those. Remember, like
Looked great in red. Yeah, dude. I've had those sitting around for a while. Let me see. So I threw in some of the Popeyes. So
the
some of these are
Popeyes,
the
I forgot about all those.
Most
Jeez.
of these are 1 of 1 or 1 and 2 9/8. So
Those things still sell, or did that die?
They sell. They're not quite as high, but there's still people putting them together.
That's cool.
So I grabbed some of the good ones.
That was a weird little hype.
Yeah, some of them were like $500-800 or something like that.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of these in there are just great, really good covers. You guys remember this one, and I think it's like $600 or $800 9/8.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember that one.
that's been in a box forever. So now I'm starting to grade my Popeyes, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Then I'm gonna have to.
Then you got to sell them.
Yeah, and so here, let's see a couple more. So this one's kind of cool. Had a long time. It is the Marvel Tales, but it's Mark Jewelers.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So, and I haven't seen Mark Jewelers or people list him as Mark Jewelers, and so I know I wasn't play. It looks better than that, but I think that there's like a pinhole. It's not really visible, but it's prettier than Ado, but it's all I can really expect.
Does it note it on the slab?
No. I don't even think I had it in the notes, to tell you the truth.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
And I'm not getting notes on anything below like 8.5 or anything like that. So a couple more. We all know this one.
Yeah.
The CB7 and a 9.6. I didn't think it'd be 9.8, but this I think these are raw still $200. So
That's crazy.
yeah, we're throwing in
People
there. And
love
that's just been in there for years and top of years. The other things, like a show before the show, picks up a sealed Michael Jackson Moonwalker from my mom's garage today.
Oh, nice.
So probably got it for me or something.
I can't believe mom wasn't like, oh, let me see that and open it up.
Never opened. So yeah, so Dina, I'll be sending you pictures to ask all your VHS pals.
Let's go.
Store variants. So this one, it's a third print. I didn't think it'd really be much higher than this, but they're worth slapping at this point.
Oh yeah, they are.
So yeah, so here's so third print 9.2. Again, just an old MCS $5 purchase back in the day. Finally looking at my own closet to grade some of that shit. And
Dude, this closet must be fucking massive.
Dude, your closet is like
it's only heats in there.
like our
like-
friend's warehouse.
It's like fucking Narnia,
Yeah.
bro. It's just
This one got I've sold a lot of shit. So this one it's newsy, so I went with it. I thought we'd be going with at least 9.6 on that. Same with this is Highway Robbery at 9.4. That's absolutely insane. It's perfect. It's never been open except for me to press it to see whatever you can. Has the sharpest corners I've ever seen on a book from this era. And I have no idea, so I might as well just crack it over the desk right now. That's going back. And the same thing on this one. I don't understand if that Care Bears is a 9.6. These are not 9.4s. This thing also flawless. There's tiny bit of fading on the bottom, but same thing. Super sharp corners. Everything else just absolutely raw. But with that, they're not the same grade as the Punisher.
is that going back?
that way. That one, I think so. I think so. I don't see it's worth so much more, and maybe I can get something out of it or something better out of it. I don't know. Everybody's got this, but hey, if it's going to be 9.8, might as well throw it out there and grade it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else do we got here? Mostly other just store stuff, things like that. So the other slabs are just throwing slabs. So
Sweet.
Nice.
eventually, most of those will go up. We'll see how it goes.
Let's see. Tomorrow, I go to work tomorrow. I got to text Carter. I won't be around, so no Carter show tomorrow. I know everyone's gonna be pissed. No Carter show tomorrow. Comic shop talk back on Fridays. Check out Carter's show on Sundays with long short, comic book, whatever the fuck he's calling it now, show. So check that out. I don't know. We're gonna throw a con eventually, Paul. We still got to settle on dates, but
Yeah, let me know. I got boxes I need to start sorting through.
Missed the chest though.
Yeah,
Missed the
loot chest.
When it happens, I'll pull the old spice rack out of retirement.
Maybe I'll just be in the chest. Pop out.
that'd be dope. Bad. Okay, boys. We'll talk to everybody later because I know everybody's got things to do. So we'll talk to everybody